Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new Let's Play by the Mysterious JG. I wanted to sort of start you off with a little suspense on the DOS box screen, but because this game changes the size of the window once the game starts, I couldn't really record it in Cam Studio unless we skipped ahead past the opening movie. Apologize for that, but we are playing a special little game. We are playing Let's Play Panzer General. Special thanks, vielen Dank zum Bobo der Vulture. He has made this game available for uns zu spielen. I'm going to throw around German words, and I'm going to use completely bollocks German grammar, like ein Schweinhund. Dieses Spiel ist ein Spiel where you are the Nazis, but they never use swastikas because I guess they didn't want to offend anybody. Perhaps they wanted to be able to sell this game in Germany or Deutschland. This is also known. This game is it's actually kind of a cult classic. Not even a cult classic. This is a really popular game amongst sort of armchair generals, as they are known, people who like to play these sorts of games. And it's a strategy game, folks. It's going to be a long kind of game. Where we control the armies of the Axis as they try to take over the world and make it a world that's safe for genocidal Nazis. Yay! I played a lot of this game when it was new, and I played a lot of Allied General. Allied General I can't get to run very well on my system because it's a Windows 95, which means I can't force it into DOS box, and it doesn't want to play well on Vista. So we are going to play Panzer General. Vielen Dank once again to Bobo the Vulture, and now it's time for us to begin. If anyone's offended by my German accent, please let me know. The only German subscriber I was aware of was somebody who left, so if he comes back for this, it'll be kind of funny. It'll be like, "Hello, guten Tag." Fuck you, asshole. No, it's time to play this game. So let's stop talking and start playing. We get to choose from one of 3 scenarios. We're going to keep it on medium difficulty. We can play Poland in 1939. It's all one big war, obviously. It's time to have a good war. I don't even know where that came from, folks. I think at one point I asked in a video comment, where does that come from? And the Let's Player who was saying, "Let's have a good war," actually answered me and told me where it came from, and I've completely forgotten. So despite his efforts to, fix my ignorance, I cling tenaciously to my ignorance, folks. I have forgotten where that came from. But no, it's actually one big, maybe I should quit out of here and show you the scenarios first. It's a game where these are the different scenarios that you can go through in the game. You have Poland and Warsaw. You have Sea Lion is where you try to invade England. There's famous battles like Barbarossa is just the name they have, I think, for the initial strike against the Soviet Union. Anzio and the Ardennes, also known as the Battle of the Bulge. The Siege of Stalingrad is in there. Some of these, just like at the end, you can invade America. That's like the last possible thing you can do if you're winning. Most roads lead to you eventually losing, and because it is based on real history to a certain extent, and as we all know, the Nazis did not win World War II. But you can start in 1939, you can start in 1941 against the British in North Africa, you can start in 1941 at the invasion of the Soviet Union, you can start in 1943 trying to fight off the Western Allies as they invade the attack on Italy. I guess it was called Anvil, or was that southern France, or Anzio, whatever. And then you kind of fight off the landing at Normandy and Overlord and all that stuff. And then 43 East, where you basically fight off the Soviet invasion of the Germans, which ultimately it was the Soviets who captured Berlin, as anybody who knows their history knows. But we're going to start at the beginning, and we're going to try to win on behalf of Nazism, because we're a bunch of freaking fascists. Now, let's make sure that we get this. I love this voice guy.
Your first mission in Operation Fall Weiss, the conquest of Poland, is to capture the key cities of Rudno and Lodz by September 10th. This keeps open the possibility of conquering Poland before the French and British can launch an attack on Germany. If these objectives are taken before September 10th, additional forces may be available to you for the assault on Warsaw.
So there's our friend Ludwig von Nazi. He wants us to have a good war, so let's not disappoint him. He wants us to take it's Operation Fall Weiss. We're going to take over Kutno and Lodz, and they're going to become Arnold Schwarzenegger. So yeah, this is really the first time the Germans met anything resembling resistance. They, of course, anybody who's studied their history knows that the German the appeasement policy was in effect. The Western Allies really did not want to sort of face the threat of another world war, so they sort of pretended it wasn't there, and the Germans got away with remilitarizing the Rhine, even though that was against the Treaty of Versailles, and they got away with annexing the Sudetenland, and as I recall, Czechoslovakia didn't really mount an organized resistance. But, as anyone who has ever watched Fawlty Towers knows, the Germans started the war when they invaded Poland, and this will be our first battle. And it's sort of not a tutorial, because they don't actually teach you how to play the game, but it is meant to be the easiest mission, so we should be able to handle this, I hope. And you will notice that the movies play way too quickly, because I didn't bother to figure out in DOSBox how to fix that. Although actually, with Cam Studio running, it slows things down to the point where actually this is about as fast as it's supposed to be running. So, Cam Studio and DOSBox. DOSBox too fast, Cam Studio too slow, or slowing things down. They've canceled each other out. Interesting. Axis turn 1, September 1st, 1939. Fair weather, 10 turns remaining. Alright, folks, so let's see what do we have to do here. We have to take over Kutno and Lodz. Orvakova, Kalisz, Posen, and those are optional objectives in addition to Radomsko. And we are launching our attack from Breslau. And let's get to it. Now, I believe in this we have different options here. We can go to the options menu, where we could turn off animation, but there's no particular reason to do that. We can show the computer's moves. Score is just a tally of what units have been defeated. We can turn the music off. We can turn the sound effects off. I might turn the sound down a bit. We can turn hidden units on and off, which means basically we've got the fog of war here. So we can see units on the other, that we shouldn't be able to see. Set difficulty. I think I'm happy with where the difficulty is for now. Turn weather off. That is a real... If you want to cheat, the Luftwaffe is a lot more effective. The German Air Force, I should say. It's a lot more effective with weather off because today's weather's fair, tomorrow's weather's fair. Fair weather, planes can operate. When you get snowstorms, rain, stuff like that, planes stop being able to operate. Which means I like to use the Air Force a lot, but if you become too dependent on your Air Force, bad weather can kick your ass. This is especially true in the Eastern Front. We can toggle between viewing air and viewing surface units, but nobody has any air units, and at this point I don't think we can have any. Show the terrain. View the strategic map. We see we're starting out here. We need to take those two cities. Go to unit, go to next unit, purchase unit. I believe we start out with 228 prestige. That is essentially the currency in this game. All we cannot at this point. There's a lot of stuff hasn't become available yet. No anti-aircraft, no air defense, no fighters, tactical bombers, or level bombers, which are like strategic bombers. This is a strategic fighter. We can buy. Is it not going to let us buy anything on the first turn? Is that what this is about? No. We can't afford infantry? These infantry units are all more expensive than tanks are. We can buy recon. I usually use airplanes for that. Even in bad weather, you can still use airplanes for reconnaissance. Our best bet at this point is to add to our stock of Panzers. We are, after all, playing Panzer General, not anti-tank gun general or artillery general. It's Panzer General. It's not Pansy General. We're not playing as Rembrandt. So we can buy a tank. We can afford any of the tanks that are available right now. We can afford probably one tank, and then we want to save up some money for later. So what's our two most expensive tanks here? Let's compare them to each other. We got a Panzer 38 TA and a Panzer 3E. Or a Panzer. Anyway, these are, the German tanks known for their, known for their badassness and their, just being a symbol of the fury of Blitzkrieg. And here I am going, Alright, so what do we got? We got tracked movement. There's different movement types. I don't remember in detail what the difference is. I mean, I know what the difference is between something that has tracked and something that's movement is, leg. But I don't remember what difference it makes in game. They wouldn't tell you that unless it made a difference with... I guess it's how they cross certain terrains. I think infantry does better in, like, forests and stuff than Panzers do. But almost everything has a range of 0 except for certain artillery units, which have range of 2. Well, that's weird, because if you have a range of 0, you can only attack things next to you. But if you have a range of 2, you can only attack things 2 hexes away. It's not like you have it's not like that 0. I don't know. I'm not making sense. The way the game works, the stuff that has a range of 0, it really should be a range of 1, because they can attack anything 1 hex away. So whatever. Yeah. We've got initiative. Initiative is very important. Initiative is basically your base value that goes into the random number generator when 2 units fight each other. There will be a random number generator which will somehow be figured in with their initiative as to who gets to fire first, or if they fire at the same time. When you fire first, you get to eliminate some of the enemy's strength before they counterattack. Very important. So initiative, usually in like in anything except artillery, which you should never have in a position where their artillery is being directly attacked by the enemy, or very rarely should it be attacked by the enemy. Initiative is going to be very important for anything like tanks, infantry, whatever that's going to be in the front lines fighting. Desperately important for fighters, but we don't have any of those yet. Soft attack is how much damage does this thing inflict against soft targets. Soft targets generally means infantry, transport trucks, that sort of thing. Hard attack is how much it inflicts against hard targets. That would be tanks. I think anti-tanks are considered hard targets. Don't know. Light anti-tank. So no, anti-tanks are soft targets. So tank, basically hard attack is how much damage does it do against tanks. Some artillery. I think some anti-tank guns are considered heavy targets. You sort of know what I'm talking about, I guess, a little bit. Air attack is going to be 0 for a lot of units, but basically that means how much damage can they do to air units. Naval attack, irrelevant for most of the game, but occasionally it becomes important. And then, of course, these things you should be able to figure out. Ground defense, air defense, close defense. Ground defense, defense against ground attack. Air defense, defense against air attack. Close attack, defense, I believe, is your defense when you are surprise attacked, like you have no time to react. This generally happens in this game if you go barreling off beyond the fog of war and you're not paying attention. Or if you run into something called rugged defense. There's a random chance you'll get rugged defense anytime you attack something. The higher the entrenchment level of the enemy, the more likely you are to run into rugged defense, and basically that means your close defense is used instead of your ground defense, I think. And yeah, basically you just get your ass kicked much harder than you were expecting if you attack and you hit rugged defense. These things have very similar stats. This has max ammo 14. This has max ammo of 9. Has more fuel than this one does. But running out of ammo and this has slightly better air defense for what that's worth. But I'm gonna go with the Panzer. I will not be able to use it on this first turn. Oh, I just cancel out of buying it because I can stick it in any hex adjacent to one of these German-held cities. So I want to wait until I clear out here, and then I can make it start a little bit closer to the ground or to the battle. All right, it's been a lot of talking, and I think it's now time to launch an attack. As you can see, these guys, which I didn't get to pick what kind of guys I started with here, so I don't necessarily know which ones of these are good at what. Let me get some factoids on you, little man. How do I get info on this guy and what he's good at? Here we go. He has shitty attack all around. This is a tank that I'm going to want to upgrade to something else. But for some reason that's grayed out. So let's just send him up here and let the game think for a minute. An attacking Polish cavalry. The Polish still had, like, soldiers who rode on horses at the beginning of World War II, which should give you an indication of why the Germans, in part, why the Germans were able to roll over them so easily. Although here, these tanks are so shitty, they went toe-to-toe with the cavalry and inflicted, like, the exact same level of loss on the cavalry. That was horrible. Hey, little burning guys. Awesome. Game can be kind of messed up sometimes. It's actually going very poorly, I must say. It actually is going really poorly right now. Very, very bad luck on the old random number generator rolls at this point in the game. Like this guy, there's no way he should have taken 3 tank units. Shouldn't have taken 3 tank units to defeat him. Those 3 tank units haven't even defeated him yet at this point. Hold on. Because there's a in this game, you can lose, you can get a minor victory, or you can get a major victory. Major victories almost always involve, as a German guy told us, taking your objectives very quickly. You've got to beat the time limit by a considerable margin to get a major victory. So I'm always feeling rushed in this game. Oh, and the Polish cavalry got off the first attack. They managed to suppress 1. Suppression, as you will eventually figure out, general viewer, basically means that when my guys fought back, since 1 had been suppressed, they only had a firepower of 9 instead of the full firepower of 10. Now, I happen to know, because I played off screen a little bit, this is cheating, I suppose, but I know that there is artillery back here, so I don't want to just send my guys straight after that city, because they'll get shelled by artillery before they can attack. This really isn't going that well. Who's the next unit? It'll be you. You need to be in position to shell that city in the next turn. I'm taking a risk by putting the trucks with the artillery ahead of these guys, but it's very early. I'm hoping the AI will be somewhat forgiving. These guys are going to come over here and take the city over for the little optional bit of prestige. I'm going to refrain from attacking because wait a minute. Is there artillery here, or is that in the next city over? Come on, game. Yeah, there's artillery. I shouldn't have done this. So, I only lost 1 unit there, but yeah, they'll be much less effective than they probably would have been. So in there I got a little bit of luck. I could have really screwed myself up by... Oof. That did hurt at the end there a little bit. Yeah, that really didn't go that well. That first turn. Not an auspicious start to our conquest of the world. But, you know, we have plenty of time to eradicate all the non-eradicated... Oh, this sucks. I don't want to lose any of my troops. The troops where their numbers are in black, for you'll eventually see later scenarios there'll be troops whose numbers are white. Those are just for the mission that you're doing. The troops whose numbers are black, they are like yours to keep throughout the campaign. So you really don't want to lose them because you'll never get them replaced, really. we should be able to take the city on this turn. Oh man, come on. I'm getting really bad rolls from the random number generator. That thing got to attack. I should have been able to attack it and forced it to retreat without it firing at all. And again, it's artillery. It's being charged. I would have thought that its initiative was way lower than the infantry. I didn't actually check that, but generally, if you can actually get to artillery, you've pretty much already won in a fight against artillery. Artillery is like, its whole thing is supposed to kick your ass before you even get to it from afar. That's how artillery works. And now the Panzers get to actually do their thing. The game is called Panzer General. So yeah, this really isn't going all that smoothly right now, but you know what? Can I upgrade him into something that doesn't suck? No. Why won't it let me do that? I probably don't have enough prestige. No, I've got way more than enough prestige. Oh, you've got to do that in a city. Ah, crap. I should have made him take that city so I could upgrade him on the next turn. Oh, and I never placed that new unit either. Oh, man, I'm just all sorts of fucking up here. Oh, well, I can place him here now, so that's fine. We didn't actually lose anything from that. Okay, well, we get one more battle with this tank being really shitty. But eventually, I've gotta start. Got to get tough. Yo, Joe. No, I've got to, gotta get my shit organized here. I'm just distracted by the fact that I'm playing and not just watching. So there will definitely be infantry in this city. I just get out of that attack. This is an optional objective, so I really don't need to take it at all. But since I'm not leaving anyone to defend my main camp, I need to make sure that nobody just sneaks over there and takes the shit over. And he's like, I'm burning your shit. Oh my god. Polish fire. So I guess that's it for this turn. Confirm the end. Yes, this is the end. Beautiful friend, the end. It hurts to let you be. This is German infantry against Polish infantry. Nothing against the Polish people, but the Wehrmacht was significantly better trained in rugged defense. Son of a bitch. I'm having really bad luck here. Attack broken up, so I don't even get to inflict any damage at all. Shit. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Think of this as the how not to play the game version. This is going horribly. I mean, that was my fault. I charged in past the fog of war. I was trying to hurry. I feel like I'm already lagging behind. So these guys ran into a rugged defense, but I mean, shit, dude. In my own defense, when the Germans invaded Poland, they did not have this weird thing in effect where no, Wait, what are your stats? Do I want to upgrade you? 3, 3, 6. No, that's actually on a par with, there's the Polish tank column. 2, initiative of 2, soft attack 2, hard attack 1. Those guys suck. But yeah, I'm gonna have real problems taking this city right now. Definitely want to divert most of my force over there. I don't even know what's guarding this city. I haven't gotten over there. It might be Much better defended. You guys are just, wow. That was a real blow. I thought I would just be able to take over that place. No problem. And instead, my guys just got kind of butchered. And I'm really not sure what I'm doing at all. I guess I'll send somebody else up here so it's not just that one guy on his own. Here I go again on my own. With the only invasion of Poland I've ever known. Yeah, I might have to dump this video. This is going really poorly. I'll confirm this is the end of my turn. Oh, just get out of this alive somehow, guys. Come on. You can do it. Yeah. No damage taken at all. Alright. Yeah, when I used to play this game back in the day, I would cheat like a mother. And I'm trying not to do that. Like I would save before major attacks, and if things went really poorly, I would load. So I'm trying not to do that because it's an LP. But man, I'm already missing that luxury. I surely am. Don't call me Shirley, you seem to say. Random number generator, I hate you. Some of this has been my fault, but some of it's just been like, you know, I have not had Gute Glück. Keine Glück für mysterious JG. Oh well, I'm getting plenty of experience. The fact that this is all being much harder than expected means my units are getting experience, which... Oh, come on, what was that? You're supposed to be the Wehrmacht, not the What the Hellmacht. Now let's watch. Oh, this could be another rugged defense. Nope. This time I got lucky. Ooh, drove them all the way out of the city. Of course, I can't take the city, so they'll probably move back there. But if they move back there, they can't reinforce on that turn. You guys, I can just... There's replacements and elite replacements. Elite replacements... Replacements will replace your units back up to 10, if possible, depending on how much prestige you have and how close they are to the enemy, whatever. There's different things involved I don't fully understand. But troops with the troops who replace them will have an experience level of 0, and your unit's resulting experience will be the average. But in this case, in elite replacements, it's like 4 times as expensive, but it means that your experience doesn't go down. Right now, though, their experience level is practically 0, so I can just replace. Don't have to spend the extra cash on elite replacements at this point. I don't want to lose these guys, so let's pull them out. That's not advisable. Problem is, I really do need to try to get back there and dislodge that artillery to make this work. Oh wow, 4 suppressed? That sucks. There's like, I've got nothing left that I'm throwing at these guys, and a rugged defense. Oh wow. I'm totally blowing the Polish campaign completely. This is just not going well at all. Oh well, I'll get my artillery in place at least. Won't attack you, I'll just get here so I can start inching my way up there. And this will stop anybody from coming in and messing with my artillery. Yeah, this is really not going well. Mr. Spencer, you are totally screwing up the very first campaign, Mr. Spencer. Oh, good. Thing about tanks versus anti-tank guns. When tanks attack anti-tank guns always get the first shot. Because anti-tank guns are supposed to be a defensive weapon for use against tanks. When anti-tank guns attack tanks, it's the opposite way around. Which means that guy attacking me there was, like, good for me. I'm not sure why they did it, actually. It was kind of a stupid move for them. So now my artillery is in place. They can start eating away at their defenses and, like, lowering troop counts. And, yeah, see, they went ahead and, What? How could they get the first attack? They were in the river tile. Oh, that was bull. Attacking units who are in the middle of crossing a river like that is supposed to, like, almost always go your way. I've gotten really bad random number generator this time. These guys, however, should be finished. Rugged defense, I believe, is impossible on a river. Otherwise, I'm totally expecting them to do that next. Oh, sigh. Infantry are the way to dislodge anti-tank guns in a city, because tanks have they never get the first shot against anti-tank guns on the attack. But anti-tank guns have much better hard attack than soft attack, and not rugged defense. God damn it. Oh well, even with that, they didn't manage to do any damage here, so... I didn't do any damage either, but I've wrecked their entrenchment's been really torn down a lot. Should I try to cross the river and attack from the north there? Because I can already tell that Kudno and Lutz are my two objectives. That was stupid. Why did I do that? I can already tell that Lutz is going to fall last for sure at this point. So let's just totally ignore what I said I was going to do and not cross the river right now. Rugged defense again, you bastards. It's like the Poles don't want to be conquered by the Nazis. Come on, guys, slave labor camps and... there can be fun. Oh, those guys are screwed now. Can you get down there in time to help? Well, help is possibly the wrong word. Yeah, boy, this is really not going good. I have a real aversion to losing any of my units. And those guys at a strength of 1, they are in severe danger of being wiped out on the next turn. You already fired. This could go really poorly if I get a rugged defense. But it's pretty much the best way that I have of chipping away at that city and lowering the entrenchment. Because the tanks can stand... oh, fuck. The tanks, I was going to say, can stand up much better to artillery than infantry can. But, oh, wow. Attack broken up. That sucked. And the losses would be catastrophic if I attacked there. Not that surprising. I'm just really focusing on the wrong objective here. And a rugged defense, of course. Of course it's a rugged defense. What else would it be? Didn't even manage to destroy one of them. All I was able to do is mitigate their damage to me. Yeah, so, consider this a tutorial on how not to play Panzer General, folks. Have I earned enough prestige to buy anything else? No, because I'm sucking. You get the prestige by destroying enemy units and taking cities, but if you do a crappy job like I'm doing, you'll never get any prestige, you can never get anywhere. Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh, that's good though. I got lucky there. They shelled me without doing any real damage. No, you jerks, you weren't supposed to do that, but I got rugged defense, so... Just somehow fail to defeat this unit, I will be happy. Yes! You suppressed them, which means they retreat. And they're out of danger. And you guys attacked with anti-tank guns against tanks, which is stupid. Thank you. Oh, that went as well as I could have hoped for. The computer gave me a fighting chance here by being stupid. I really do not have much time to spare if I want a major victory. Okay, so that's good. I live to fight another day, as it were. Are you guys out of ammo yet? It'd be really nice if you guys were out of ammo. No, they got 6 more ammo. Making the enemy run out of ammo is an option once you get suppression bombers, because they actually destroy the enemy's ammo when you attack with them. But this is not something I can be showcasing at this point, of course. So sending suppression bombers in to carpet bomb where your enemy's defensive artillery is be very useful eventually. We're gonna murder you with our trucks of doom! I'm just anxious to get them into the fray. Yeah! Nice. Now, if they can do this, I'm going to make them cross the river on this turn. Now, they'll be really vulnerable. The cavalry might end up attacking them, so maybe that wasn't a good idea, but, oh well. I've just taken, was it Kutno or Lutz? I've lost track. But yeah, I mean, this isn't exactly how it went in the history books. I mean, I don't have Stuka dive bombers attacking civilian targets, thus preventing the Polish army from using their roads effectively because the civilians were crowding them in their desperate efforts to escape death at the hands of the Nazis, which is what historically happened. The Nazis were kind of jerks. They used dive bombers to attack civilians so that the civilians fleeing for their lives would tie up the transportation system. Very effective. Very evil. It looks like I'm going to get out of this without losing a unit, which is going to be key. Now, fuck you, asshole. Although you're not going to be defeated here, are you? Rugged defense. Oh, great. At least your entrenchment will be reduced by level. Oh, those guys are... I believe these guys are out of ammo. Ha ha! That's what happens when you, Oh, looks like I'm out of ammo. Ah! Oh, and I can't supply from here? Great. Alright, I'm going to spend money on elite replacements. And you... I don't want you moving, because if you do, I think they'll be able to resupply, so... You guys never attacked. cannot attack them, but you can attack here. Six suppressed. Sadly, unlike carpet bombers, artillery do not suppress things for the entire turn, which means that they will be able to fight back later. Carpet bomb those guys and suppressed all six. It means I could attack with impunity. The only thing that would be able to hurt the units attacking them would be the artillery. I might actually win on this turn. Not the most impressive victory I've ever gotten. Matter of fact, it makes it really wasteful that I used elite replacements there. And there's a bunch of cities I didn't get to take, so I won't get the... Oh man, I've only got an attack strength of 3 now. This really isn't ideal. But I do believe I'm about to win. So maybe I'll save the game. That way I can off-screen mess around with, can I take more cities and get more prestige without losing the major victory that I wanted? I'll call this LP1. As you can see, I started playing off-screen and used that name even though I wasn't really LPing at that point. It was just silliness. So let's let you attack and see what will happen. What will happen is horrible failure and death. Except not really. Oh, that was close. I almost lost a unit, which I just hate doing. Okay. Alright, folks. So, we did that anyway. Let's hear what our German friend has to say.
Your success in Phase 1 of the attack on Poland was outstanding. Due to your rapid advance, we have made additional resources available to you for the assault on Warsaw. Your next assignment is to take Warsaw and several nearby Polish cities by no later than September 30th. Intelligence warns us that the French and British are preparing for an attack towards the Rhine within 2 to 3 weeks, so it is important to take all of your objectives as soon as possible.
Alright, folks, there you have it. Major victory. Off screen, I'll check and see how many turns I have to play with, if I can get more experience from my units, take more cities, get more prestige without losing the major victory. And I'll just check and decide whether it's worth it to show you what happens if you get a minor victory or if you lose. But for now, this video is over. So when we come back, folks, I will hopefully be, remembering to do a crazy German accent. And hopefully I will not be offending anyone horribly, because, if there's anyone you should be able to make fun of, it should be the Nazis. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Okay, so thank you for watching. When we come back, you'll probably get to see an amusing little video where I show you what happens if you fail to take Poland. You blow your very first mission as Panzer General. And in the next video, we'll also get to see the debut of the Luftwaffe, because I'll be able to buy airplanes. And it'll just be a lot of fun for everyone who wants to see, Aryan supremacist fascists take over the world. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you next time.